Hello and welcome to our Math 9 video on polynomials. Today we're combining like terms. Okay, basically that just means we're kind of adding polynomials together. Example 1, we want to represent these with algebra tiles and simplify. I'm going to start out with a brutal grade 1 question, 2 plus 3. And let's use the tiles to make sure we know how to do 2 plus 3. So we've got 2 1s and 3 1s. And when we add those together, we get 5 1s. 2 plus 3 equals 5. Okay, and our next one, B, we've got x plus 3x. You remember the x's are the green french fries, so I've got an x there, and I've got 3 green french fries there. So there's my x plus 3x. Oh, let me just slide this up here. Equals 4x, obviously, because I've got 4 there. Okay, let's get these out of the way. Ugh. Fighting with the paper. Here we go, next one. C, 2x minus 3x. Okay, and in this one, we're going to want to think about this as it being 2x plus negative 3x. That's going to make doing the tiles a lot easier. So our first one's going to be 2x. Next one is going to be negative 3x. So that's going to be 3 red french fries. There we go. And we need to remember that x plus negative x equals 0. So that's gone. And we've got x plus negative x, 0. So we're left with 1 red french fry, so that's going to equal negative x. Next one, D. We've got x squared minus 2x plus x squared. Okay, well x squared is a big blue. And we remember that minus 2x is the same as adding negative 2x, so I'm just going to put that up there. I'm not going to bother rewriting it. And then plus x squared again. So I've got x squared plus negative 2x plus x squared. I'm going to rearrange these. And now it's easy to see I've got 2 big blues and 2 red french fries. So 2 big blues is 2x squared. And 2 red french fries is negative 2x. So I've got 2x squared plus negative 2x. Or you can write it the lazy way, the way the textbook does, 2x squared minus 2x. You should get used to seeing it this way because that's the way the textbook has it. But if you want to write your answers on assignments, tests, and quizzes like this, you won't lose any marks. That's still good. Okay, let's do one more with tiles here. E. I've got x squared plus 3x minus 2 plus 3 minus 4x. At this point, I'm going to remind you guys, if this feels like it's going crazy fast, just pause it, rewind it. Remember, you can watch this as many times as you want. Okay, here we go. X squared is a big blue. 3x is going to be 3 green french fries. Minus 2 is 2 red ones. Plus 3 is 3 little white ones. And then minus 4x is going to be 4 red french fries. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's rearrange this stuff. We always want our polynomials to be in order of decreasing degree. And you remember the degree is how many variables we have multiplied together. So x squared, we've got 2 variables multiplied together, so that should go first. Next, we've got x's, which is 1 variable multiplied together. And then the numbers don't have any variables at all. So that's degree 0, so they should go last. Okay, before we write down our answer here, we should do some simplifying. Remembering that x plus negative x is 0. So 0, 0, 0. And we're just left with 1 red french fry. And same over here, negative 1 and 1 is 0. So 0, 0. And we're left with just 1 little white one. So that means our answer is x squared minus x plus 1. Okay, and obviously we don't want to have to pull out algebra tiles every time we do one of these. So let's have a look at how to do this without algebra tiles. So here's our example 2. Now we're going to simplify these by drawing some shapes on them. So remember, when you're drawing these shapes, you always need to include the positive or negative to the left. And when I talk about drawing shapes, we need to draw shapes around the ones that would basically have the same tiles. So on this one, 2x and 4x would both be French fries. So I'm going to draw a box around these to remind myself that I'll be able to add those together, because if they were tiles, they'd be French fries. Notice I put the plus in here with the 4x. And now I've got -3 and +2. Those two are going to be the little white ones, or red ones, so I'm going to draw circles around those to remind myself that those two can be added together. There we go. We always want to start with highest degree. These ones have x's, these ones don't. So I'm going to start with these. 2x plus 4x. 2 French fries plus 4 French fries is going to be 6 French fries. And then just numbers, the little white guys, I'm going to have 3 reds and 2 whites. After I make my zeros, that's going to be -1. Okay, let's have a look at another one. B. On this one, I've got -7 plus 3x minus x plus 4. Okay, so what do we got here? The -7 and the +4 can go together. And you know what? If I want to be lazier, I can even just underline those. Just make sure when you underline, you're including the positive and negative to the left. And on these, so these are both x's. Those would both be French fries. So I'm going to do a squiggly underline against those guys, underneath those guys. So notice, you can do shapes, you can do hearts, you can do different underlines, as long as we know that they're the same tile so that we can add them together. Okay, and again, we want to do the x's first because they're higher degree. So I've got 3x minus x. You guys remember, minus x is the same as minus 1x. So basically, I've got 3x's minus 1x is going to be 2x's. And then -7 plus 4, -3. All right, let's have a look at a couple more of these. C. We've got 2y squared plus 3x minus y minus 5y squared minus 7 plus y squared plus 2. Ooh, that's a big one. All right, let's push the page up there. Okay, so y squareds. Oh yeah, I've got 2y squared and minus 5y squared there. Notice I've kept the negative underneath the underline. Do I have any more y squareds? Oh yeah, I got one down at the end here as well. Plus y squared, which is the same as plus 1y squared. Okay, x. I've got an x here. Do I have any more x's? No. Notice x and y are not the same. I can't add those together. So I'm not even going to bother putting a shape on x because it doesn't have anything to combine with. Y. Can I combine y with anything? No. So I'm not going to put a shape on y either. I got numbers here though. Those will be the same, so I'll put boxes around those. Okay, so here we go. We want to do all of the y squareds first because they're 2 variables multiplied together, y times y, so they're degree 2. So I've got 2y squared minus 5y squared plus 1y squared. That is going to be -2y squared. And now these are both degree 1, so it doesn't matter what order I put them in. I'm going to put them in the same order they are now. And then last, I've got -7 and +2. That's going to be -5. Okay, and let's just do one more of these. So -3 xy plus 5x plus 2 minus 5x plus 4xy minus 2y squared. Okay, shapes. Oh, I've got xy here and xy there, so they'll be the same shape when I just underline those. Okay, x's. Oh yeah, I got x here and x here, so I'll put boxes around those. Numbers, I've only got one with numbers, and I've only got one with y squared. So those are good. Okay, what should I start with here? Highest degree. So xy has two variables multiplied together, and y squared has two variables multiplied together. So as long as we do those first and second, it's fine. I'm going to start with the xy's just because they're first in the question. So negative 3xy plus 4xy is going to be just 1xy, or just xy. Next I need to do the y squareds because that's degree 2 minus 2y squared. Next my x's, 5x minus 5x. Oh, that's 0. So I'm not going to bother writing 0x because it's just 0. So why bother writing anything? And then I've got my number, so plus 2. There we go. Okay, and here is your assignment. In brackets, page 222, 6, 7, and 8. And when you're done that, 11 ACE, 12 ACE, 13 ACE, and 14 ACE. And on the new curriculum sheet, just do question 1.